Hi students, and welcome back to Computer Practice with Mr. H. Today we're going to do question 6b, and this question comes from the in 5 Computer Practice question paper of 16 September 2020, so it's the latest one so far for 2020. I'm going to go right down to question 6b. Question 6b looks like this. Well, this is at least the spreadsheet that we're going to have to do. I'm just going to focus on the formulas A, B, C, D up to H, but I'm also going to discuss how to convert the dates in the correct order. The dates, for example, question 7 says that you have to display the date as follows with year, month and day. So the formatting has to be year, month and day, and the document says that, well, the document that you received or will receive is actually day, month, and then the year. So we're going to have to look at that quickly. But otherwise, we're just going to do formulas A to H of question 4. So this question paper, as well as the data spreadsheet or the spreadsheet for this activity, as well as the memo or the spreadsheet that has the formulas, is available in the description just below the video, so you can download it from the description sections just below the video for those of you that need it. Alright, so we are now going to go to the spreadsheet. So I've highlighted the parts in yellow that needs the formulas. This one is A. So we have A, B, C, D, E up to H, where we're going to do the formulas. But also, I also want to do the dates with you. Alright, if you go to the question paper says that the date should be in the format of day, month and year. Now, my advice would be to type in the day. Well, before you do that, first select your section. I deleted the dates as they were. I selected the section. I'm going to go to my number group launcher. And I'm actually going to change the sequence. So I'm going to click on number, I'm going to go to date, and I'm going to make sure that the sequence is year, month and day, like that, similar to what the question paper wants. So you have to look at what does the question paper, what is the sequence or example the question paper gives you, and you choose from the options over here. You click OK, and then you basically type in the date there. So the date that needs, the first date is going to be 10 December 2020, and it will then convert to the correct date. Okay, so you can just complete the rest of that sequence there. But also take note that the date in, they are all the same date. So what we can do is we can just type in another date, 10 December 2020. Alright, and then we select these two because they are exactly the same, and we just copy them downwards. For the next column, we have the 13th of December 2020. Alright, and the second one is the 15th of December 2020. Unfortunately for this one, the dates aren't all the same. Alright, so this is the 13th, the 15th, the 17th, 19, 17, 15, 13. So they're kind of a bit scrambled, but what we can do is we just have to go and type them out. So it's the 17th of December 2020. Etc. etc. Alright, so there they are now done, and they are in the correct sequence. So now we are ready to go and jump into our formulas. The first formula wants us to use the formula for today's date. So let me just go to the questions. Alright, use formula to insert today's date. To insert a date in Excel, especially today's date, it's very easy. All you do is you go to equals, you type in there today, open bracket, close bracket, and you press enter. Alright, there we go. The next one is B. The question states, calculate the number of days with the formula you are familiar with Alright, so let's go back. So we want to go and calculate the number of days. There's at least 2 ways that you can do it. In other words, we want to know, let's look at our document. What are we looking at? Always read your spreadsheet so you can understand what is it about. This is about holiday accommodation. It's a booking form. So basically what we have here is we have Cleesby, for example. Cleesby is going to stay or is booking apartment 812. The apartment can only take 2 people, and the apartment is booked for 2 people. They're going to come on the 10th of December in 2020, and they're going to leave on the 13th. So you can already see that there's a difference of 3 days. 13th and the 10th, so there's a difference of 3 days, and the price per person is 200 Rand. For one person it's 200 Rand, so they booked it for 2 people, so it's going to be a certain amount for 2 people, which we are going to work out eventually. But first we need to know how many days are they going to stay, and there's 2 formulas that you can use. The first formula is, make always sure that your cursor is in the correct cell. You go to formulas and you select date and time, and what you want to work out, you want to go and work out the amount of days. Alright, you're going to get a function argument box. It's going to ask you what is your end date, what is the start date. So the end date, you click on the end date. What is the start date? You click on the start date, and it will calculate the amount of days, and you copy the formula. Alternatively, what you also could do is you can click on equals day out minus day in, and that will also give you the correct answer. This formula will only work if you have correctly converted the date sequence. Alright, let's move on to formula C. Formula C wants you to do the following. The amount due. We have to go and work out the amount due. And to work out the amount due, we are going to have to do the following. So first of all, let's find out how much will it be for one person over 3 days. Alright, so for one person over 3 days, it's going to be equals, open bracket, it's 200 Rand multiplied by 3 days. Alright, so for one person it's going to be 600 Rand for 3 days. But we don't have only one person, remember we have 2 people. So you must also include the 2 people by multiplying the 1 day times 2. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time, the whole thing. So it's equals, open bracket, you first want to calculate the one person, 200 multiplied by over 3 days, multiplied with by 2 people. Right, for one person it's 200 Rand over 3 days, but in this case we have to multiply it with 2 people to get our total amount, which is 1,200. There we go. D. Alright, so D wants us to go and work out the total. That one is easy. It's either just equals sum, open bracket, select your amount due, close your bracket, press enter. Alright, alternatively also you could have used AutoSum. So you make sure you click on the formulas tab, you go to AutoSum, and you just press enter. Alright, that brings us to E. Go and work out the percentage of the total. Students, that is exactly what it's asking. It's the percentage of the total. In other words, what they want you to work out here is how much is 1,200 Rand. How much percent is that of 25,900 basically? So it's 1/2 over 25,000. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this amount and we're going to divide it by this amount. But Students, it's very important that we use absolute cell referencing, in other words F4 on your keyboard to insert dollar signs. The reason for that is because we're going to divide a lot of amounts with only one amount. Whenever there's only one of something, that becomes an absolute value, and because it's an absolute value, we have to use absolute cell referencing or absolute symbols. Let me show you. So it's equals, I'm going to take my first amount, I'm going to divide it by this amount. It's going to give me an answer, but as soon as I copy this formula, I'm gonna run into problems, alright, because I didn't use absolute cell referencing. So I'm going to do it again, but this time with cell referencing. So it's equals this amount divided by this amount, because there's only one big total amount, but there are many amount dues, but there's only one total amount due. This one is the most important one, so I must just make sure that when I work with this one, I'm going to have to use F4, in other words, insert my dollar signs. Only once I've done that, then I can copy my formula and it will work. Students, this is a percentage that they're looking for, so make sure that you convert whatever this is to percentage. So you click on home and make sure that you change this to percentage. And if it is giving you decimals, let's just go back to our question paper. Number 10 says display percentage of total and average percentage of total as percentage with no decimals. So there shouldn't be any decimals. So what you do is you just go to your increase and your decrease. Remember, increase means you want to add more commas or more decimals. Decrease means you want to take them away. So just take the decimals away. Yeah, that would be the case. So the next one is we want to work out the highest number of days, the lowest, and the average. So the highest is equals max number of days. The lowest is equals min. The lowest what? Price per day. There's that one. And the last one is average percentage of total. So it's equals average, the average percentage of total. So it's this one. Alright, what's the term is the average percentage of total? It's 11%. So there you have it. That's all the formulas done up to H. If there's any other specific thing that you want me to show you, you are free to leave a comment below in the comment section, just below this video, and it would be my pleasure to make another video focusing on that specific thing for you. Thank you so much, students, for watching, and join me in the next video where I will be discussing how to show formulas and also how to do some Excel formatting.